couple of weeks ago, something happened to me. Something I still can't shake off. Even though I want to believe it was just my mind playing tricks, I'm starting to think it's still happening. I don't live in the middle of nowhere, but my house is kind of on the edge of this nature-filled suburban area. There's a lot of trees, wildlife, and quiet roads. One side of our house actually borders a small patch of woods, and there's this weird place on the other side, a huge body of water that I've always found intriguing. It's fenced off, surrounded by no trespassing signs everywhere. But here's the kicker. You won't find that reservoir on Google Maps or Apple Maps. Not even a hint about it. I've checked multiple times, always coming up empty. As a cross-country runner, I've gotten used to running in that wooded area. It's a quiet, peaceful 2-mile loop, much better than running around my neighborhood where cars zip by and there are no sidewalks. It's safer, at least. So I run there a lot. One afternoon, as I was finishing my run, I could have sworn I heard something behind me. At first, I thought it was just an animal, but the noise was different. It was too deliberate, too close. Still, I shrugged it off and headed home, not thinking much of it. Later that night, after the storm started, I had my window open, listening to the rain and thunder. It was one of those storms where the thunder rattles your windows. Perfect for falling asleep, right? But just as I was starting to drift off, I heard something. It was faint at first, almost like soft sobbing or someone crying. And as I focused, I realized it was coming from right outside my window. I tried to ignore it, I really did, but the sound only grew louder. Then I heard something that froze me in place. "Can you help me? I'm cold." I shot out of bed like I'd been shocked. My body moved before my mind had time to catch up. I didn't even think about the danger. I just thought someone needed help. So I ran straight out the door and around to the side of the house toward the window. The rain was coming down in sheets, but I didn't care. I had to help. And there she was. A woman, crouched under the overhang of my window, drenched, wearing a white dress or nightgown, I couldn't tell. My heart pounded, but I cautiously approached her, asking if she was okay. Then things got weird. She didn't answer me, just stared at me for a second. And then, out of nowhere, she sprang up and ran straight at me. I barely had time to react, bracing myself for impact. But halfway to me, she stopped. I'm not sure why. Maybe she saw something in me. Maybe she realized I wasn't the one she was looking for. Whatever it was, she veered off and ran straight into the woods, vanishing into the night. I stood there, heart racing, frozen in disbelief. What just happened? I went back inside, soaking wet, and woke up my dad. I told him everything, and we immediately locked all the doors and windows. We thought about calling the police, but by the time they'd get there, she'd be long gone, and searching in a thunderstorm seemed pointless. So we decided to wait until morning. The next few days were normal. Dad and I joked it off, thinking she was just a homeless person, or maybe someone having a mental break. But I couldn't shake the feeling that it wasn't over. A week later, I went for my usual run again. As I approached the fence by the water, I looked over. And there she was, sitting on the edge of the reservoir, feet in the water, staring out at nothing. I froze. My heart skipped a beat. How was she there? The fence was 10 feet tall, topped with barbed wire. There's no way she could have gotten through. But there she was. I must have made a sound because suddenly she turned and looked right at me. It felt like she was staring right into my soul. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't just a glance. It was like she was waiting for me to notice her. And then she smiled. But not a normal smile. Her teeth were too white, her expression too wide, too unsettling. I thought I was going to pass out from the sheer fear. I yelled, "I'm calling the cops," hoping she'd back off. And to my shock, she turned and dove straight into the water, vanishing beneath the surface without a ripple. I immediately called 911 and told them everything. I kept my eyes on the water, but by the time the police arrived, there was nothing. Just the empty, dark water. They took my statement, said they'd check the area, but I could tell they didn't take me seriously. They told me to carry on with my day. It's been a few days since that encounter, but now I hear things outside my window at night. No crying, just the sound of movement. It's like someone is standing just out of sight, pacing back and forth. I can't tell if it's just the wind or something else, but every night I feel eyes on me. I haven't been back to that area to run. The last thing I want is to run into her again. And I keep thinking, how did she get past that fence? I've walked by it so many times and it's completely sealed off. There's no way in. But somehow, she's been there, waiting. My cousin Nick, who's obsessed with conspiracy theories, keeps saying that there's something the government is hiding about that reservoir. Maybe he's right. Maybe there's more to this than I understand. But whatever it is, I don't feel safe anymore. Not in my own home.